In this lecture, we're going to address the error with the enemy's defeated string. It's not correctly saved. There's an excessive comma at the beginning of the string, which isn't what we want. To find out why, we should try logging the values from the method responsible for grabbing the string. Open the Player Prefs utility class. Scroll to the get method. Let's call the debug.log method. The best way to debug code is to log values into the console. We're going to log two pieces of information. Firstly, we're going to log the length of the string. Using string interpolation, write the following: unformatted value dot length. The number of characters in a string can be retrieved via the length property. Next, we're going to log the number of items in the list. Add another debug.log method. This time, write the following value: formatted value dot count. Logging these values will uncover the problem with our list. Let's head over to Unity. Before starting, I'm going to clear the player's preferences. Next, I'll play the game. During the game, I'll defeat enemies and enter the portal. In the console, we're going to scroll to the top. I'm not interested in the last few logs. Our focus will be on the first logs related to the getString method. Initially, the unformatted value variable will have a length of 0. Makes sense, right? The first time this method is called, the enemy's defeated player pref should not exist. Therefore, the player prefs should return an empty string. Empty strings have a length of 0. After this log, the formatted value variable has a count of 1. Isn't that strange? Despite having an empty string, the string has been converted into a list with one item. C# considers an empty string to be a single item in a list. For this reason, we have a comma at the beginning of the string. The first item in the list will always be an empty string. Hopefully, it's clear why there's a strange comma in the string. To fix this issue, we must remove the first item from the array. Let's head back to our editors. I'm going to remove the log statements. In their place, add a conditional statement. The condition will be the following: unformatted value dot length equals 0 and formatted value dot count equals 1. The condition performs two checks. Firstly, it'll check if the string is empty. Secondly, it'll check if the list has one item. If both conditions are true, we have an empty string in our list. Inside the code block, we can proceed to remove the item from the list. Call the formatted value dot remove at method. This method removes an item from the list. We must specify the item's index. As we know, the empty string is always the first item in the list. We also know that lists are 0 index based. Therefore, the first item has an index of 0. That's it. That should resolve our issues. Let's head back to Unity. I'm going to clear the player preferences again. Lastly, I'll play the game, defeat 2 enemies, and enter the portal. This time, the beginning of the string does not have a comma. We've completely resolved the issue. Converting strings and lists can be a tricky process. If you ever encounter this issue, just know that C# may consider an empty string as a valid value. In the next lecture, we're going to finish this portion of the section by despawning the enemies.